you got a dream and a goal and something you're trying to build, you can't never give up, because you never know when that little catalyst will pop in that shifts everything. See, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And remember, the word poor stands for what? Poor stands for, put it in the chat. POOR stands for what? Passing over opportunities repeatedly. That's what the word poor stands for. So a lot of times the reason you pass over opportunities repeatedly is because you don't stick it out long enough to get to the good stuff. I really believe this to the core of my soul. God has a big blessing waiting for you, but it's gonna happen in year 6, or it's gonna happen in year 14, right? But a lot of us won't stick around past the first 6 months. This goes back to having a society that glorifies instant gratification. This is a society that doesn't really understand the nature of long-term, committed, devoted sacrifice, consistency, despite having some external validator to make you feel, to give you enough of a dopamine rush to keep going. You're leaning too much on motivation and not leaning on discipline. Motivation will light the spark. Discipline is what will keep the fire going. Motivation is the paper on the bonfire. Discipline is the wood. And if you know anything about starting a bonfire, you know it takes a long time to start the fire with wood, but the wood is what's going to keep the fire going. The paper is going to give you a big flare, and then it's going to flame out. So we got to stop being made of paper and start being made of wood. Stop being flimsy and start being sturdy. Stop honoring flimsy Negroes on TV and start honoring the sturdy Black men and Black women in the community who've been doing the same damn thing repeatedly, consistently for the last 20 or 30 years. It's the sturdy people that you can build with. It's the sturdy ideas that you can build on top of. It is the sturdy effort, consistent effort that allows you to build the kind of structure. The Empire State Building was not built on land that was not sturdy. The Empire State Building was not built on a foundation that wasn't sturdy. You can't do that. It's not possible. So sturdiness is what we have to put into our kids. And unfortunately, this is my challenge with culture, with some of the culture that's pushed on us. It's not really culture. It's just a bunch of toxic waste and garbage and vomit that they throw on us. And they say, this is your culture. The culture really ain't sturdy. They ain't nothing sturdy. If you listen, even if you listen to hip hop music, hip hop and sports have always been linked. That's why rappers and athletes have always been close friends. You know, whether it's Jay-Z and LeBron, or if it's Mike Tyson and Tupac, or whatever, right? And no disrespect to any of them, they're great in their own right. But unfortunately, when you look at that culture, it's not always a super sturdy culture, right? It's like it's very anti-family. There's nothing there that says, I'm gonna rap today about how I'm gonna find me a great Black woman, love her, and have six kids and 20 grandkids. Right? There's nobody rap. No, there's nothing cool about that. But you rap about the sex. You rap about doing things that are going to get you sent to prison for 30 years. You rap about becoming a drug addict, which is going to make you a complete disappointment for your family. The most unsturdy men and women in the community are those that turn to drugs and alcohol, because what happens is they end up traumatizing their children through their behavior. So traumatized children have a hard time becoming sturdy people, because you have so much psychological harm that you're carrying around, so much pain you're carrying around, that the pain distracts you from your purpose. Right. So this is why healing is so important, because if the pain is what's causing you to make one decision after another, or focus on one short-term issue after another, focus on getting another dopamine hit to heal the pain, then it's very difficult for you to build anything long-term. So healing is really important. Healing will not only clear up the pain so you can focus, but it allows you, as you focus even more deeply and you start meditating, you gain your vision, you gain your consciousness. You start seeing the next 20 years, you start seeing the next 30 years, you see the next generation. And the more you see it, the more you can build it.